Hey guys, I'm starting a little bit early today. I just figured I was sitting here and I would just go ahead and start. Hey, I am really glad to see everybody that's here already. so, um, Before I get started, because I know this is going to be on in the replay, I do want to let you know that I'm going to try and put in some timestamps because I feel like live streams go on a little bit long for people, and there may be some topics of interest. So when this ends, I'm going to go through and put in all the products that I use and am wearing or anything that you might be interested in. So I'll put those in the description box after this ends. It might take me about 30 minutes. So if you want to check back, because I may forget to say something I'm using as I'm talking, and I'll put timestamps in for, just anything that we talk about that I can, think of. And yeah, so this is actually a topic that I've been wanting to address for some time, maybe like a year or so ago, but I just didn't really think my channel was big enough. Not that my channel's, huge now, but um I had a couple of instances last week and I just thought, I really, really feel like viewers need to be aware of some things that go on behind the scenes. And in the meantime, Sam Ravindal put up a video and Kelly Gooch put up a video, and the timing kind of coincided. And then yesterday, Raw Beauty, I always want to say Raw Christy Beauty, Raw Beauty Christy put up a video. And I think this morning Mel Thompson put up a video. So I guess things go in waves. But yeah, so I just figured it'd be nice and casual to do it in a live stream. And I kind of feel like, because things do go in waves, it might seem like you're over inundated with it, but I feel like because this is an industry now, the more you guys know, the better, because everybody's different. Not everybody's honest. Not all brands are good. By and large, most people are. Most brands are. But there are things that go on with what we do day in and day out that you guys are curious about. You asked me about it, and I've never really talked about it before. And I just thought, this might be a good platform. And if you're interested in knowing more, if we run out of time, just let me know in the chat or the comments. And maybe we'll do this in the next live stream too. I actually have a whole thing about just monetization and earnings and stuff that I may do an actual video on if you're interested. I don't know. So anyway, hey guys, everybody's kind of popped in. So yes, Michelle Wong and Kate, I'll link any videos that I can think of from creators who have done topics on this, because I know a lot of people have talked about, oh, thank you, Wendy. She says I'm adorable. Thank you. So yeah, I am doing great, you guys. Thank you. I'm doing great now. I had a very stressful weekend, to be perfectly honest, because of just some things that happened last week with dealing with some brands. And part of it's done, part of it's not, but that's kind of what goes on. We can't just leave our jobs. I think that's what is a little bit different about what we do is, when I worked in the corporate world, most of the time when Friday came and the weekend came, it was like, okay, I'll deal with this on Monday. And now it's pretty much 24/7. I mean, social media is social media, right? It's 24/7. So that is something that is really, really different. So yeah. So the topic was the title of the video, which is just kind of YouTube behind the scenes. So, I just think that the more you guys know, and the more people that talk about this kind of stuff, the less of a mystery it is, the more transparent we are. And, I know there's kind of this stigma with, sponsorships and how much we make and, what really goes on with PR and that kind of stuff. And is everybody really honest? And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. I have notes because I wasn't sure if I was going to put this in a video or a live stream. And yeah, and having a business and marketing background, I'm really realizing, or I have realized for some time, what brands try to get away with, which is a shame. Not all brands, again, not all brands. I'm not speaking of all brands, but me, I'm someone that I read contracts backwards and forwards, but most or a lot of content creators and influencers are not business savvy and they don't know that, and they get taken advantage of a lot, and it's unfortunate. So yeah, it's just things that I've just realized, and I think at the end of the day, for my channel, I mean, I can only speak for me. My integrity with you guys and me being honest with you is what matters the most. I don't really care what brand I'm working with or what product I'm talking about. That's what matters. So, um, Susan says there's also a little stigma telling someone that you watch these videos. Um, okay, so Anne says she was fascinated to hear that if you watch the ads that we get paid, and she's changing her behavior and letting the ads run. Thank you, Anne. That does help. Yes, we get paid. So we can talk about that first. Okay, well, first, let me tell you what I already have on my face. That way I can flow through my makeup while I talk. I am trying out this new Shiseido Waso Poreless Matte Primer. I put that on my face already. We're going to see how it goes. I'm going to put my IT Cosmetics CC cream on top of it. I've been wearing this a lot lately. I don't know. It's just easy. So yeah, a lot of people don't let the ads run, and I get it. So every now and then they throw in like a 5-minute ad. I mean, and see, I am YouTube Red or Premium, whatever, not because it's given to me. I have to pay for it. We don't get a lot, but I don't see ads, but I understand that it's frustrating to sit through a long ad or even a 30-second ad, but any ad that you can sit through, it does help monetize our channel. And I know there's people that think that we shouldn't get paid, which that's another thing. And I think, was it Samantha Ravindal addressed this perfectly? Would you go to work every day without pay? Nope. I don't think so. So, and it's not. So another thing I need to clear up really fast is that YouTube AdSense, what we get paid from ads, is a very small portion of anyone that's doing this full time of what we get paid. So, but it is a portion. So, it definitely helps. So, I did just want to point that out. So, you know what? That actually leads me into, I had made some notes on the first time I ever got paid and how much that paycheck was, because, let's see. So I started my channel at the end of July on 2016. No, of 2016. I might not end up with any makeup on in this video, you guys. So Kristen says she can't imagine having people comment publicly on how much my pay should be. And you know what? It's funny you said that, because when I was sitting here kind of getting ready to start, oh, hello, makeup mirror. I was thinking, in what other world do we really publicly talk about our pay? I don't know. I've worked in the corporate world for 20 something years and never, actually, it was, I don't even know if it was frowned upon. Like it was taboo to talk about what you got paid. I mean, you didn't. But I do get that it's a mystery, because you've got YouTubers that have millions of subscribers, and then you've got really small ones, and there's huge discrepancies. And let's see. Okay, so Get This Glowing, very transparent. Get This Glowing says she has a very small channel of 2,000 subs and she makes $35 a month. So let me know this. Thank you for being transparent. I would like to know if you still have to meet that $100 threshold to where they send you a check. Oh my gosh, I've got to turn this Simple Human mirror off. It keeps lighting up on me. So, and thank you guys who are supportive of that, because it takes a long time before you can actually make enough money from multiple revenue sources in order to be able to go full time. I mean, it usually, for most people, I mean, every now and then you've got the diamond in the rough that just skyrockets. But okay, so Get This Glowing, gotten a check yet. So let me see if I can find that where I wrote that down. So in 2016, please tell me I've got that. I might actually have to save this for a different video, but in 2016, I started at the end of July, and I did not get my first paycheck until October, and it was like $135. I mean, it was a while. So, I'll just tell you this really quick. So in 2016, I had 3,080 subs at the end of that year. And at the end of that year, I had made $453.52. So, and you're not paid on subs, you're paid on views. So I had 129,000, a little over 129,000 views. So I can do a separate video just on monetization, and things like that if you want. But one of my questions that I got was, how do we make money? Because people don't even understand how we make money from this. Who pays us? So, hey, Christy, I know you had some questions too, because you told me that on Instagram. So, yeah, so I'm glad that y'all are so supportive of us getting paid because, and I do want to kind of go into the amount of work. And whether I don't like to use the term influencer because to me, an influencer is like a Kardashian that just gets a product and gets paid to just show you guys the product. That's an influencer to me. I like to use the term content creator because we are creating content, whether you're a blogger and you're writing or, you're, I was going to say a videographer. What? A YouTuber and you are making videos. I mean, that is creating content. That is putting in hours and hours of hard work and creating content. And it's way more than an influencer. So just from coming up, researching the ideas. So I might do a video like I did on setting powders or under eye creams or whatever. The research that goes into that takes a long time, right? You've got that. You've got the setting up, taking the B-roll, the extra footage, how you see, the camera pan over a concealer or whatever. That takes time. Then you've got the filming of the video, which a 20-minute video might have, let's see, I'm not doing a good job of multitasking today, am I? Oh, Louise, thank you for your super chat. You're so awesome. Louise is such a proponent of YouTubers in general, as are you all. I just have to give her a shout out because I was in on Michelle Wong's. I'm not going to say today. I've been saying a lot lately. I was in on Michelle Wong's chat earlier this week, and Louise was in there. She's very sweet. So I just said, y'all need to just slap me every time I do it. So when you create a video, let's say you cut a video down, I would say one video could be maybe an hour to 2 hours of actual filming footage to cut down to anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes. So that editing process can take anywhere from 3 hours to, I'm not kidding when I say 8, depending on what goes into the video. So that's could be a full day's of work, just the editing of the video, not including the research and, getting everything together, doing the B-roll. Then you've got the post edits, which is basically the links and everything that go into, listing the products, listing the links, listing what I want. And it's a good day and a half of work. Most content creators that I know do work most every weekend on top of the week. So, it looks easy, but the thing is that we wouldn't do it if we didn't enjoy it, right? So it is work that's fun. There's aspects that are more fun than others. I do edit myself. So Amanda asks if I edit my own videos. I have hired out editors a couple of times, and I'm a bit of a control freak with my editing. I've never just gotten into a complete flow with an editor either. Oh, so yeah, I mean, it's definitely, it is a job. I mean, once you get to a certain point, whether you do it part-time or full-time, is some kind of job, part-time or full-time job. So, and I'm realizing too that a lot of brands don't know that. I really had to do a lot of negotiating with the brand. Okay, type that in. How's everybody doing? Is that better? Becky says that's better. Becky, can you verify? Melissa, is that better? Is it still lagging? I don't know why. So, okay, good. Every now and then YouTube just glitches. Y'all, 30 minutes before this started, I had to, I don't know what's going on. Huh. Let me see if it's on my end really quickly. And if it is, I might have to. I'm getting that I'm okay. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. So unless everybody says that I'm stuck, but I'm getting that I'm good. So I don't know what to do. Anybody who is having an okay connection, give me a thumbs up. If you can hear me talking and everything is smooth, give me. So what? Hmm. Okay. Again, or try closing out this window and opening another. That might help too. So, where was I? Okay, so we paid that YouTube AdSense. Anytime anybody watches an ad in full, we get paid for that. So, if also, obviously, there's brand sponsorships, working with brands. That is another way, as well as the affiliate links. If anyone clicks those links and buys something through those links, that was a question that I got on one of the platforms. Where's my phone? Somebody asked how much we get from affiliate links, and that varies based on the retailer. It's a minimal percentage. It can be anywhere from 7 to 10, maybe 15%, just depending on what the product is that we link. And some links that you see in the description box are just regular links. They're not affiliate links. Okay, so Tanya says to reopen the video in a new window worked for her. So if it's still lagging, try opening in a new window. That happened to me one time in somebody's stream where it kept buffering in the screen in the tab I was in. So I opened it in a new. What I said, I'm getting asked to repeat about AdSense. So AdSense is a portion. I would say it might be not even a third of what I earn. And you can look on, there's websites like Social Blade that estimate what people make via AdSense. It can be wildly inaccurate though. It's low for me. I will say that. And AdSense varies. There's something called CPM, which is how much an advertiser pays on the type of content, the time of year, and various things. Of course, the type of channel you are as well. So let's see. So like, I have a video that I'm trying to see the views here. I have videos with very, very similar views that have wildly different rates that have gotten paid way different. So we get paid on views, right? So I have my 15 Amazon products video, whether it's when I uploaded it or whatever, is $14.79, which is pretty good. Yes, Kelly Goose just did a video. I said that at the beginning of this video. I'm going to link other people that have done videos on this. And so it has 141,000 views. I also have a video on under eye concealers that has 160,000 views. Its CPM is $9.13. It's been out since June of 2017, whereas this Amazon video has been out for not even 3 months. The Amazon video has earned $1,400, whereas the under eye concealer video has earned $764 in 3 years. So it's that's if the $764 over 3 years for one video, you think you would earn a lot more over that period of time. So you really cannot rely on AdSense for your income. So that's just kind of a little snapshot. I won't get too into the weeds with all of that, but I have been asked if we have to pay taxes or if taxes are taken out. We're basically like contract employees. We have to pay quarterly taxes. This is if you're like full-time. You have to pay quarterly taxes. No one takes taxes out for you. So you really do have to allot for that. And these are things that no one tells you. So when you're a new YouTuber and you don't realize that you need to be setting aside money or, claiming things. And, some people have, just extra pocket money and they don't realize, oh, wait, I need to set aside a certain percentage of this. Or I think I make enough. I want to go full time. And they're not allotting for 401k and, all these things that they're going to have to pay for. It's a big deal. Subscribers is not does not count. Becky, you're saying you wonder if the discrepancy has to do with based on how many subscribers you have when you made the video. The pay discrepancy is solely based on CPM and views. So it doesn't have to do with subscribers at all. So it really has to do with just the time of year, the advertiser rates, the topic, the type of channel, also if it can be monetized. If there are things in it that are questionable, your monetization will be lower. Yes. Oh, absolutely. So Kelly says, does it also depend on if YouTube has you in their suggested videos loop? Yes. If you get suggested by YouTube or, pushed out, well, that's huge. I mean, that's how videos go viral. So I had a video that was pushed out for quite some time. This eyeliner trick video, it's basically a picture of my eyeball. I'm going like that. And it was pushed out. It has close to 1 million views by now. And I did that in July of last year. And the CPM for it, it's $9, which is not bad. It's not the highest, but it's not lower. Like I have one video that has a CPM of $28, which I think is high, but it has almost 1 million views. Now it's a short video. In order for your video to have ads in the middle of it, it has to be over 10 minutes and it doesn't. I can only imagine what I would have made off this video if I could have had ads in the middle of it. But I've made almost $5,000 from this video. But it's too short to have ads in the middle of it. But I watched a video from a girl not long ago. I can't even remember her channel name. It's not a channel I watch regularly, where she had a video that had 1 million views, and it was like a 15-minute video, and she put 2 ads in the middle of it. And I think she had made like $10,000 off of that video. And I was like, dang. So, but you don't get that all at once. You're paid over time of your cumulative. This is another question I got. Like, how are you paid each month? So each month, at the end of the month, YouTube sends you your earnings based on your channel overall, the views for the entire month. So it's not video by video. It's not like you uploaded this video this month, you get X amount of dollars. It is you got this many views on all of your videos across your channel. This is what you earned. So yes, it does. Things are very unpredictable because, if you had a big video that month that hit a lot or hit, pretty well, you will earn more that month. But if you had just a pretty average month, your views overall will be, just pretty average. So, things can go up and down. And of course, depending on the rates that they're paying, the end of the year advertiser rates are always higher, and then they plummet in January. So everyone's pay is always lower in January, which is a little hard coming off of the holidays. So, but you got to remember that's gross. We have to take taxes out of that. And, some people, uh, that's pretty hard. So, I mean, we're not all getting tons of paychecks from YouTube. So what I'll say is that there are big channels who aren't making a lot of money because they don't maximize their, ads. They don't have content that is able to be monetized. They put out very short videos. And sometimes short videos just fit better. You can't just make a long video to make a long video. Okay, I'm using this Milani Cheek Kiss liquid blush in Nude Flesh. I've never used this before. And I just put it on the back of my hand and I'm swirling it around the way I do. So, if you watch the ads over and over, you guys, don't watch ads over and over. Watch my content. So, how our videos do better? This was another question that was asked was, how can we help your videos? And that is to watch the videos from beginning to end as long as you can. Like if you just click into a bit and soon, like not 3 days after it's uploaded. So if you have a channel that you love, whether it's mine or whether it's someone else's, the best thing that you can do is to watch it very, very soon, like within the first few hours if possible, or, day of when it's uploaded. And as much of it, even if you have to, put it on, on in the background, because what counts is not just views, not just clicking in it and clicking out. That actually hurts our video. And putting it on, watching audience retention, the amount that people watch the video overall, the watch time, that matters. It's huge for seeing if a video will be successful and help the creator. So, how do you... Yes, I have some videos I've watched loads. Does YouTube know it's you again? That's always a question. I know on the back end, when we see views in our dashboard at first, like on new videos, that number is always higher than what actually shows on the screen, what you guys see. You know how you see views on videos? And I always wonder if that's the duplicate views, but they can see duplicate views because I'm the same way. I have certain videos that I watch over and over for whatever reason. And I think they can see that, but I don't think it necessarily counts against us if you rewatch videos. And how do you start a channel? You just create your channel and record a video and upload it. I mean, you just got to start. If you have specific questions on starting a channel, I do consulting, and I also have a Facebook group for specifics on that kind of stuff, a private Facebook group. I have links in all of my videos, and I'll have links in this one. So, God, it's amazing what bronzer does, isn't it? This is the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate in Intensity 1. I really wish I didn't like this, but it's really good. So, Tony says she doesn't understand why people are upset about this. It's your job. What business is it if you make money off of it? It's a good question. And I think the issue is that people don't understand that it's really work, and that, we're providing it's a free service for them. And that's the thing with sponsored videos is that, we'll always get the people that are like, is this sponsored? And it's like, well, why are you supporting me when things aren't sponsored, but you don't want to support me when things are? And I think that is what's so frustrating for creators, is that just because I'm working with a brand on a product that I believe in does not make me any less credible than I was yesterday when I was talking about products that I believed in, but it wasn't sponsored. I just don't understand that at all. So, you either have to trust in a creator or you have to not. If you are still lagging, try opening up the chat in a new window. That has helped other people. Let's talk about sponsorships because, CC, thank you for moderating. You're always like my trusty moderator. They say you don't value what you don't pay for. And yeah, I totally agree. And that she says she doesn't think that that's true when it comes to YouTube, because there's some things that I never would have discovered ever on my own had a brand not approached me with it, whether it was through PR or through sponsored content, because they approached me, asked me if I wanted to try it. And if I liked it, would I share it with my audience, or would I want to partner with them? And I'm like, yeah, sure, but I have to try it first. And if I don't like it, I'm not going to do it just for the money. That's me. I can't speak for everybody else. I have always been in a fortunate position, though, where I was working full time when I started my channel, and I didn't feel the need that I needed to get paid from brands. I didn't feel the need that, I needed this sponsorship. And so I, could take it or leave it. And so I can't speak for everybody else. So Get This Glowing has a small channel of 2,000. And she says, I don't think people understand how many emails you trash from brands you don't like. I agree. I totally agree. I was actually trying to come up with an estimated amount, like to even try and conceptualize between the junk emails, like the true junk, random brands you would never even consider working with. Thank you for the super chat. Ika, I know I'm saying that wrong. You are such a sweetheart. Thank you so much. Love you. But just the random brands that don't fit the channel, that are just random Amazon sellers that are like, you promote our product now. It's like, yes, we get those emails too. Or, even from legitimate brands that just have guidelines and things that they want you to do, or things you're uncomfortable with, or a product that doesn't agree with your skin, but they want you to promote anyway. And you're just like, sorry, no. And to filter that down to 2 to 3, every now and then I'll do 4 if maybe there's a FabFitFun regular one thrown in there a month. I mean, it's a lot. A lot, you guys. And the admin work of dealing with all those emails too, it's a lot. So, Joan, thank you. Oh, Selena, all you people saying that you trust me, thank you so much. Eka. Okay, great. I did say it was right the first time, or I did say it right the first time. Jacqueline says, thank you for being transparent, because she likes the YouTuber you have a YouTuber who isn't being upfront. Oh, that is not cool. Unfortunately, there are YouTubers that are, I forgot to put my concealer on. I think it's because I put my corrector on, and when I'm looking in the screen, I don't see the dark circles. But when I looked in the mirror, I was like, hello, there they are. Christy read my blog on reaching out to brands, and the thought of reaching out to brands is so intimidating. It is hard to reach out to brands. Yes, that is, I've got to be honest. I've not done that a lot, reach out to them. So, in terms of getting PR and sponsorships and things like that, you can reach out to brands, and some will reach out to you, or, sometimes a third party will intervene. And, I've reached out less than I've been reached out to, and I have reached out to brands. How do I put this? Sometimes it's successful, sometimes it's not. I'll say that, all you can do is try. And I realize that it's intimidating, but all they can say is no. And I don't think I've ever told this story. Thank you, Anna, for the super chat. Thank you. She says you're a great YouTuber. Thank you. You're so sweet. And Christy, thank you for the super chat. You guys, this is the most super chats I've ever gotten. This is so awesome. You guys are so sweet. So hold on. Apparently I'm having this might be a long live stream. Get ready with me today. I am okay, I'm not going to say who the company was. I guess I can say who the company was. It doesn't matter. So I originally, this jewelry that I wear all the time, that I have been wearing for years, okay, Goriana, I've been loving them. I reached out to them. I don't even know how long ago it was. So my YouTube friends know this story because I was so excited about it. But I reached out to them. I guess maybe I had 80,000 subscribers or something, which, that's still a decent size. But I was like, hey, I wear your jewelry all the time. I'm always talking about it to my subscribers, my, followers on Instagram. I love it. It really resonates with me. However, I put my email. And I was like, I just asked if they had, it was basically to ask about being on there, if they had a PR list or, whatever. It's just the kind of, thing that you do as, someone a brand that you might want to work with, or if they had any collaboration opportunities or whatever. And they rejected me. I don't even know if they know this. And they basically turned me down. And I was like, oh, okay, all right, great. So I fast forward however long ago, a few months ago, I continue to link them. And I guess this goes back to, if you are, because there's a few of you in here, not to stop doing what you're doing with a brand because, well, Selena, I'm not finished. So not to stop because, I was previously, every time I wore them, I would link them. Every time I talked about them in a video, I would shoot them an email and just be like, hey, I mentioned you in this video, whatever. And I continued to do that. I didn't shoot them emails, but I did link them on Instagram. And a few months go by and they ended up emailing me and asking me to get on their PR list, or if I wanted to get on their PR list. And then next thing you know, I'm a brand ambassador for them. And I'm like, it's just funny. Like at the time, I may not have had what they're looking for. And it wasn't anything personal at the time. Having been in business, I know that. But maybe I wasn't the right Instagram size, but they weren't looking for YouTubers at the time. That happens. Maybe they were at capacity for what they could handle for the quarter or whatever. But I just kept doing what I was doing. But it was kind of like one of those little things where, I just kind of ran away with my tail tucked between my legs, like, okay. But I mean, the worst that can happen is that somebody says no, and you never know what's going to happen down the line. So that's just my little story. So tell Samantha I said, hey, I was laughing because we had live streams going at the same time today. I was like, Samantha, seriously? I'm sorry. Anything that I forget to mention, I will have in my description box later. This is the Dior Forever Skin Correct Concealer. And yes, Wendy, if you have not seen my favorite concealers video that I did within the past couple of weeks, go check it out. This is in there. It's awesome. And today, to set it, I am using the new Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder that I just picked up. That is $30. I mean, hey, who knew? Maybe this will go in my Sephora under $30 videos that I do every now and then. So, right. I mean, you never know unless you ask, and they might say yes. So, and especially when you're small, I think it's good to do that kind of stuff, because that was a question I was asked, was when you're small, how do you get brands to want to work with you? And I had, I haven't talked about comments, but this was a comment that I had somebody leave me one time, was not to, I can't remember how they put it, but it was something about the way, I needed glasses because of how I scrunch up my forehead when I am doing my eye makeup and my under eye makeup. And I was like, that's not glasses. That's me straightening out the creases so I can pat my under eye concealer powder on. I was like, but thanks for the unsolicited comment on that. So anyway, I am using this with a brush, even though I just did a setting powder video and talked about using a sponge. But the way this is milled, there's just out the creases in my forehead when I'm done. So, okay, back to being a small creator or influencer and working with brands. When you're small, there's a lot of brands that want to work with micro influencers, small influencers, creators, and it's really good to focus on that and to be able to tell them that you do have a small, engaged, dedicated, focused audience that really responds to what you say. And, if you know your engagement rate, that's a really, really good thing to focus on, because a lot of brands are looking for that kind of thing. So, um, this is like my second time trying the powder, and I'm trying. Oh my gosh, nice line. And I am trying it out with different concealers. So I don't really have a verdict on it yet, but my preliminary verdict is that I really like it. Uh, this is the thing. You try out I literally just did under eye concealer and powder videos, and I have tried a concealer and a powder within the past week that could have been in those videos. I mean, it's like, how do you keep that stuff updated, you know? Yeah. I mean, you do this is a business, the brands think of themselves, they think of the bottom line. They're looking for people that are in line with what they need, and you have to think about yourself too. I mean, you can't let brands run all over you, and I think that that is something that is happening more and more with, there's so many brands out there that are trying to get these smaller creators, and I am talking to you guys that are in here or that want to start channels. I get that, you start getting free product and it's a lot of fun, and it is, but if you're wanting to make money from it, free product does not pay the bills. It does not earn you revenue, and eventually it becomes clutter. And so when you're thinking about free product for posting, there's a couple things to remember here is that don't ever let a brand make you feel like you have to post something for a product. And that's something that I, from the very beginning, stood my ground on, was that you can send me your free product, but I'm not guaranteeing you that I'm going to talk about it or have anything favorable to say about it. And I'm certainly not going to sign a contract for a free product. Like, no, that's not the way I work. So there's way, way, way more people, brands out there. I still get emails. I still get emails now from people wanting me to send me a free product in exchange for a review. And I'm like, nope, 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 nope. So anyway, bye, Renee. Tell Samantha I said hi. I do have the Blendiful. Yes, I'm very lazy about washing the Blendiful, but I have it. Yes. So Kristen, hey Kristen, she says, I don't always think about how many subscribers you have, but more about views and engagement. I wish that were the case always with brand. Are you talking about with brands like sponsorships and stuff? And PR. I feel like, I talk to kind of several creators on a regular basis. And sometimes, there can be some frustration because you're like, when you have the views that you do, but you're not getting recognized for it by certain brands that you shout out and that you wear and that you use all the time, but then you see there's some other channels that don't have the views, but they do have more subscribers. And you're like, there's some brands, all they care about is subscribers and they don't really care about the views and engagement. And so that's when I think that, if you're really wanting to work with brands that aren't singing you and that you are smaller, but you do have the views and engagement, it is so important to point that out to them, because I don't think to a lot of them that is on their mind. I do think that maybe with this new Instagram change where they're going to be hiding likes and all that, maybe that will come more to the forefront for them. I hope so. I hope so. So Amber wants to know about the regulations around being a creator and disclosing PR and affiliations. I feel like you've always needed to disclose. I just feel like it's shady if you don't. Period. Done. The end. So I've always disclosed. If you, there's people that don't. I mean, I still see it, and it's the law to disclose. So that the bottom line is disclose. You have to. It's the law. Yet there are still people that don't. It's the way of the world. I mean, in every industry, there's always going to be people that try to get away with things because they feel like, there's a stigma around sponsorships. People aren't going to watch the video or click on it because it's sponsored. And so they're going to try and get away with not disclosing. And it's wrong, it's illegal. And those are the people that I would think really, really hard about trusting. I mean, that's just me. Full disclosure, right? Right here. But you know, uh, you can tell. I mean, you can tell because they'll have very similar content out to somebody. Well, not always. I mean, it may just be a huge coincidence, but usually the content is very similar to other pieces of content you've seen out, same kind of wording or whatever. But I mean, you have to disclose in a video, you have to disclose in the description. You have to. So, yes, this is the Blendiful. Yes. So, my verdict on well, I don't really want to get down into the weeds on the Blendiful right now, but I like it. I don't know. I don't think it's like life-changing, but I think, maybe for travel or something, if you're wanting just like kind of a one and done thing, I think it's pretty good. But I don't know. I'm still kind of working it out, I guess. Poor Luke. Selena says poor Luke. He has a hard time getting comfortable. I mean, could it be because I'm just chatting the whole time and disturbing him? Possibly. So I had a brand last week that asked me for my rate. So here's one of my stories since last week. They were trying to, their deliverables were a lot, which I don't mind. I don't mind, working if I believe in the product and believe in the brand. And it's a brand. Let's back up. Anytime you see me work with a brand or a product on a sponsored product, I mean, you guys already know this, but I mean, it is something that I have either already loved and used and believe in, or it's a product that I've been trying out, I've been testing out, and I really like it. Like, I'm never ever going to talk to you guys about something I don't believe in. And I know everybody says that, but I just always want to reiterate that because there's nothing more important than my people. I mean, there's nothing more important than you guys, because if your trust is gone in me, then what's the point of having sponsorships and what's the point of this channel? So it doesn't make sense for me or anybody else to just hawk anything and everything on their channel. And that's never been what I've been about. So I'm very, very selective about what I do and how I do it. Oh, I just choked. So I was approached by a brand that I like, and we started talking about the deliverables. And it's a little bit different than other campaigns I've worked on before. And I'm not going to get into the weeds, but okay. So I'm using the Jouer Blush Duo in Adore. I'm just going to see what happens here. So it's just kind of a little bit extensive, I guess I would say. And so when it came down to it, for, this amount of content for just the things that they were asking, I gave them my rate, which, wasn't on the low end, I'll say. Now, we're not talking that, rumored figure of, what was it that somebody came out years ago and said influencers made like $60,000 on sponsorships. Yeah, no, but that was not it. So I gave them that. Then we continued to go back and forth on just some specifics. No contract yet. We're ironing out some things. And then I was like, okay, well, just to verify, this was 6 emails later, just to verify you're good with my rate. If so, then, is the product going to come at this date? Because they're sending extra product for the video. Anyway, so I'm like, okay, I know this blush is really great, but wait, I saw this is peeling up. Has anybody had that happen? the little sticker on here peeling up on the corners. Isn't that weird? So, uh, then she comes back and says that their budget only allows for X amount, and it was less than half of what my rate was, and I was like, "No." And I think this goes back to it. No, I just, I know what I'm worth. I know what that amount of work is worth, and I know what my reach is worth. And I'm not going to do that work for that amount of money. And it's not fair to the brands that I have created the amount of content I did in the past for the amount that you're asking me to do it for. So I was a little aggravated. So I composed a very professional email back and was like, here's why I can't come down that far. And I stated every reason why. It's not fair to other brands who have paid me this amount and have only gotten this. I have this many subscribers. My engagement rate is this. I can't remember what else I said. You want this for this. Da, 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 da. Very professional, but I was like, I came up with another rate. I was like, if you can meet me here, then we can do this. And I was like, it's either going to be nothing or they're going to come to this amount. And then that whole day later, she came back and she came to that amount. And I was like, okay, I stuck to my guns. And I think that that's very important, is knowing what you're worth in any industry. It's not just this one, it's any industry. Yes. Get This Going says that's the point. You've gotten that amount from other brands, so you can't lower your rate now for this brand. Right. I mean, there's a point where you learn what other people are willing to pay for what types of things. And there's different rates for different, types of things that people want. And that's where everything is, so sticky, because, you can have one rate for, just an Instagram post, or just a YouTube video with an Instagram post, a dedicated YouTube video, or one that you put in that Kristen's asking, how do you know what your rate should be? It's difficult. Now, Social Blue Book is kind of the gold standard for kind of learning what your rate should be or gauging, but you can go up or down depending on if your engagement rate is higher. You can go up a little bit. And if they want extra deliverables, if they want extra, if they're asking for content rights, the rights to take your content and promote it how they want for a certain duration of time. And that goes back to reading contracts thoroughly. Sometimes they try to slip that in the contract and they don't tell you. If they want you to be exclusive, sometimes they put an exclusivity clause in contracts and they don't tell you. And that's the other thing that a lot of creators, a lot of influencers don't know, because they don't know to look for it. But they don't realize that when they work for this brand, when they sign that contract for, could be 2 weeks, could be 2 months, they can't work with any other beauty brands. And how much pay are they going to be giving up? You got to allot for that. I mean, that's potentially a lot. Now, they may not have done any collaborations with them that period of time, but if they did, it could have been a significant one. So you got to allot for that kind of stuff. And these are just things that no one tells you. There's no book for it. And, those are the kind of things that I try to help people out with when I can. And I don't know. So anyway, I was really excited that they did come up, because for the money. Yeah. But not for the money, because I was excited about working with the brand, and I was excited that I stuck to my guns, which, I always do, but I was excited to have a story, to tell other people that, this is what you need to do. So Tech Play says, dang, thanks for this info. Do you look over your own contracts, or do you have someone help decipher it? I do look over my own contracts, but I'm pretty thorough, however, I'm getting kind of to the point where I feel like I'm going to have to source something out. There's only so many hours in the day, and I can't tell you how long last week I spent, this persona, Zuma. I can't tell you how long last week I spent going back and forth on emails with these 2 brands, the one I just talked about and this other one who I'm still not resolved with, that is creating a lot of stress for me. Actually, a lot of stress, a lot of stress. And I've actually already filmed the video. I've already done it. I've sent it in for approval twice. And the higher executives are having a sticking point with one thing that was not in the contract. There's no issues. There should be no issues. And it may involve a reshoot, and they're only wanting me to pay me half my rate for a reshoot. And I've gone back and offered other solutions, and I've said it's the same amount of work. I need my full rate. This is where we are. Like, these are the kinds of things that you guys never see. Is like, as great as it is to do these brand deals, I can't. It's just a lot of work. So, yes, love to the moderator. So, that's where I am with that. And also another collaboration that I was really looking forward to, and I don't even know if it's going to go up or not, or when, or I mean, it could be 3 months from now, who knows? But anyway, that's my life right now. It's just been one big ball of brand stress. So anyway, I just think too that it can be very intimidating, and to work with brands sometimes, and sticking up for yourself is important. Wendy says you did a great job. Integrity is your middle name. Thank you. Selena, so your Jouer blush is not peeling. Apparently it's just mine. Wait, where's my phone? I was going to try and look for those other questions too. Let's see. I know I have some in here. Okay, yeah, there they are. Oh, somebody asked earlier about being a small channel and getting PR. So, and I think I addressed that earlier. It's just like, if you have a brand that you want to work with, I think the best thing that you can possibly do is use and love their products, tag them, make sure that your socials are looking good and optimized as great as you can have them, and that they're in line with the brand that you want to work with. Like, you want your aesthetic to line up with the brand you want to work with. And thanks for the thumbs up. So I'm seeing them go up over there. And so, yes, Becky says it sounds like it's really important to have a support system. It is. We have a few of us that talk on a regular basis and can vent. Yeah, I mean, if we get just a rash of cruddy comments, it gets in your head, and sometimes you just got to talk to people too. Yes, yes, there is a dog behind me. There's usually a dog behind me. So yeah, back to the channel, just make sure of those things, because brands are going to want to work. It's not personal if they don't want to work with you. It is business. Brands, it's their business. They want to work with creators who will resonate with the people they want to be in line with, right? So you kind of have to think about it from that perspective. You may think that you have the best platform or channel on the planet, but if a brand, you kind of have to get in their mind and think, well, what are they going to see when they go to my channel, or my Instagram or whatever, and think about, does it really fit? And have I talked about them? Have I done things that they would think or fit with them? So that's what I would do. And then if you've done all those things, then I would try and find their contact information, whether it's through DMing them on Twitter or on Instagram. That's usually, I feel like, the best way. So no, I did not refer to I cannot say which brands I was referring to. Sorry, guys. Can't do that. So I had a question that said, will you accept product from companies that won't let you share your real opinions. No, I will not. So, first of all, I will not take a sponsorship if I don't like it. So, I'm not going to, I mean, yes, sponsorships are, if you're sponsoring a product, if you're endorsing a product, it's going to be for them, but I'm not going to do that unless my experience with the product has been genuinely positive. So, that is my real opinion. If I am going to endorse a product, that is my real opinion. So, will I accept PR from? I mean, I'm guessing. I don't know if she's talking about PR or sponsorships, but I will accept PR from people if it's products that I'm interested in receiving. But I said this earlier, I will never promise a positive review. I'll never promise any review. And I never, ever promise anyone that I'm going to talk about anything at all. So, no. And I have had instances where brands have emailed me to send me PR. And when I respond back, like, and if they say something in the wording, like, most of the time brands are like, hey, can we send you PR? We love what you do. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, great. That's it. But every now and then you'll have somebody that's like, we would love for you to review our products. Da, 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 da. And that's when my response is, I do accept PR. However, I am not going to promise a review. Like, that's when I have to kind of go into, if I like it, chances are it will show up on my channel. If I don't like it, it could show up on my channel. I always give honest reviews if I do review the product. And I have had brands not send me PR after I have said that in my email. So there's that too. I was asked, how do I get chosen to partner with a certain brand? How does that come about? That's really interesting. Wait, so I just noticed Becky's comment and she says, Michelle lets the F-bombs fly. She does, I know. And I've been known to do that in my real life. I don't bring that on camera. I don't know. She's so funny though. Like there's an app called Marco Polo where we talk all the time. Like it's video texting. It's not a pretty sight sometimes between the two of us. I mean, it's funny, but I'm just like, oh my gosh. I mean, but I don't bring that on. Well, first of all, it can affect monetization. It can affect, like, I don't know. I know it offends some of my people. So I just try to keep it PC. I don't know. Oh, wait, I have a dry eye question off topic. I know this is off topic. Once we have dry eyes, are we going to have to use the Restasis forever? Chances are yes. I know it's expensive, but you can try once it's under control for a long time. Also starting with omega-3s. I'm like, what am I thinking of? Omega-3s, and getting those going for about 3 or 4 months at the same time and seeing if you can, like, wean yourself off the Restasis, if the omega-3s will sustain you with your dry eye. But it may or may not help. I don't know. Amber wants to know if I have to sign NDAs often. Not really. I mean, I really have not had to do that. Or do that much. I'll say that. So Amber wants to know what the order of things is. Do you negotiate and then accept PR? And I'm not sure what the rest of your sentence is. Wait, Becky says we need to create a union. I have said that. I have said we need something to where people don't get taken advantage of. I would love to create it. I just don't know how. I don't know how. But I agree. I just think it's such a shame. And having worked, I am a social media consultant and I have my website, and I'm also a member of this Facebook group. It's kind of through this third party affiliate thing. It's reward style, but I'm in their Facebook group and I see this happening so much. And there's such a stigma, like no one really discloses how much they're paid unless you're friends with someone, and then you talk about it. But you can't really say it out loud. You can't really talk about your sponsorship and payments because you lose all your negotiating power, right? But you can talk about it privately, amongst each other, and people do, but it does us such a disservice with brands. And I've helped people out with negotiating and with emails and things like that on the social media consulting side of things, but I've just seen what these brands try to get away with. And I mean, I've experienced it and it's just awful. It really is. So, wait, I was like literally about the order of things. So, PR does not necessarily come with sponsorships. So usually like PR is just a totally separate thing. Like I just get PR randomly and that's it. Separately, people will come to you with sponsorships. Like I'll get contacted either by like sometimes an affiliate platform, like a third party middleman platform. Will Becky, thank you for the super chat. Thank you. You're so sweet. So I will get contacted through a third party platform. Like, there's a lot of them, FameBit, Reward Style. There's just tons of them where like I'll just get contacted out of the blue saying, we feel like your channel is in line with, X brand. They have a campaign going, or, this, and this is involved. Are you interested? If so, what's your rate? Or can you send your rate card? And so, then, and sometimes it's a simple, or this is the budget. Would you do it? Sometimes they're like, they're interested in working with you. It's pretty free. Like, what would you like to do? And I'm like, okay. So, and then sometimes the brand reaches out directly. So it just depends on, kind of how it goes. But, let's see. Oral hyaluronic acid. Wait, Becky says oral hyaluronic acid helped with her dry eyes. I didn't even know that. I didn't know that existed. Oral hyaluronic acid, because we always talk about topical. That's so awesome. Okay, so Amber was asking about. Oh, okay, your question. You said the order of the PR and then film. Okay, wait, Amber, ask your question again because you're asking about the order of. Okay, so you're saying what happens first, the negotiation. Re-ask your question for me. You all should be in the actors union if news people and people from Netflix and documentaries, so should you. That's interesting. Yeah. That's very interesting. I mean, I know we're not actors or whatever, but I mean, we're on camera. I don't know. There's something that, there needs to be some kind of protection for sure. Because there are contracts involved and things can get sticky. Okay, this is the Charlotte Tilbury Uptown Girl palette, and I'm using this gray right here. Collagen does help with dry eyes too. I completely forgot that. It's so ridiculous because a tier level within YouTube of the level of subscriber count, etc. Informational entertainment. That's a good. Okay, so Anne says she considers this to be informational entertainment. It's a good way of looking at it. Yeah, I mean, because I do too. I mean, look, I watch YouTube too. I mean, I'm a creator, but I watch it, and I know what I like, and yeah, I agree. I feel like there needs to be something in place, and you're talking about informational entertainment, and I don't know why this flashed through my head, but I was thinking about a comment that I got yesterday from somebody on my powder. I just did that powder video where I didn't rank, but I gave the 12 setting powders, and I had somebody comment, "Sorry, this was too." They didn't say informative. It was too long or too something. I should have just given my top 5 or something. And I was like, "I swear, I swear we could never win." Not with y'all, but I mean, like, most people are so nice, but I was just like, there's always one. There's always just somebody who's got to complain about something. I'm like, if I hadn't been thorough enough, there would be a complaint. But I was too thorough in this video for that person. I gave too much information and it was just too long. So I should have just given my top 5. And there's always one. And I was like, if I had just given my top 5, and I did, I literally typed out my answer. And you know how sometimes that just makes you feel better? And I was like, I said something to the effect of how, if I had just given 5, I couldn't have given options for different skin types, and I couldn't have included talc-free options and whatever. And I was like, you know what? I don't even care. And so I just deleted it. And I left the comment. It wasn't worth deleting because it wasn't mean. It wasn't malicious. It was just stupid. I mean, sorry, don't even care. I don't even care if that person pops in here and sees that their comment was stupid because it was stupid. So that's how I feel. Okay. Amber's question is here. What is the order for things when negotiating with a brand for reviews? Essentially, I'm wondering if you avoid filming and then a brand going back and renegotiating. Okay, so typically I literally just tried to tap my finger off. Okay, so now I'm going in with this shade right here, just lightly on top, just to kind of lighten this a little bit. I kind of like that effect it gives. So I am okay. So when you're negotiating with a brand, so typically if a brand approaches you for a collaboration, a sponsored video, you negotiate the deliverables, meaning, what do they want? What do they want? What do you want to deliver? Do they want, like, let's say in the end, you work it out and you are going to do an integrated YouTube video, which is a video where you're including a bunch of different products. And theirs is going to maybe be the first one, at the beginning. And, you're going to focus on it first. And an Instagram post and maybe an Instagram story. And, and sometimes they want a concept and sometimes they don't, but maybe but they don't give it. I've never had anybody tell me what to make my video about. Like, usually it's me and I'm just like, okay, well, I think I'm going to do a fresh face glowing look, or it's going to be a haul, or, whatever it is. I'm talking about favorite under eye concealers. Like in the past, when I've worked with Color Science, I'm going to do my favorite under eye concealers. And because, this is my favorite under eye corrector, I'll just talk about it at the beginning. Something like that. So let's say that's it. You negotiate the deliverables, the rate, and all that at the beginning. And once that's done, a contract is sent over. You read over the contract very thoroughly. And usually attached to the contract, there is like the scope of work attachment where that or everything that you need to deliver is on that. And you film your content, take your pictures, do your caption and everything. And then you usually send stuff for review. That I've worked with a couple of brands who didn't need a review, but legally they usually need to review it to make sure that you did disclose, because I guess every now and then people don't disclose, and to make sure that, let's see, what do I want to use here? And to make sure that, maybe you didn't say something incorrectly. And I also, backing up, don't, oh, sorry. I also don't want to, I also have never had a brand tell me what I needed to say about their product. So usually they'll give you some talking points like, here are the features of the product. Here's what we want to focus on. And, just tell about your experience and just be sure you include that it's long wearing, or that it, has SPF 35 or, whatever. So, I don't care if Selena says asshole. She can she can curse in the comments. It doesn't bother me. So, anyway, sorry, I'm seeing some moderation happening over here that's making me laugh. So, anyway, I but yes, you are right. There are assholes and jerks everywhere, just like Selena said. Not just like Selena, just like Selena said. Cece's trying to moderate so effectively. I do appreciate it though. I'm using the shade Morgan from why I always want to call this the sunset palette, but it's the sunrise palette from Natasha Denona. Just lightly in my crease to kind of warm that up. I like to use a warm shade in my crease when I'm using a cool shade on my lid. It just, I don't know, does something for me because of my coloring. I don't care, Selena. This is the longest live stream ever. I may have to continue this next week because this has been a really good chat. So, anyway, where was I? So, I get all that in line and then I film, and then you send the draft to them either via Google Drive. That's my preference. Or you have to upload it to YouTube first and send it as unlisted so that they can view it that way. I don't like doing that because if there is some kind of a minor issue with the video itself and they need something moved or taken out because, it couldn't be said, like maybe you claimed something about the foundation that legally you can't claim, or about the concealer or powder, whatever you're talking about. You have to completely take down the video and re-upload it. So I don't like doing that, but sometimes brands have you upload it to YouTube, which I don't like. So, and then, once it's done, you can have it go live, whatever your live date is. So that is how that works. Hey, Risa, how's it going? I'm still in here. I started this at noon and we've just been chatting away for so long. And you were mentioned a couple of times because people were talking about how it was good to have a support system. And I said that, there's a few of us that talk offline regularly and it's so good. And your name was, of course, mentioned. So Glitzy Fritzy has the video and chat on TV and is writing on the computer. And we're almost going on an hour and a half now. Kelly says she loves my live streams because I'm so engaging with you guys, whereas a lot of YouTubers are not. Are they not? Really? Oh, wow. I guess I just figured that, it's the way it's supposed to be. It's chat, right? I like to feel like you guys are sitting in here talking with me. So I am glad that you like it. I'm just mixing up palettes today. I'm just kind of going for a kind of a soft, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going for. I really just have no idea. Soft look, I guess. Many just chat live with themselves and ignore the chat. Oh, that seems so wrong. Risa says she's not engaging because she's scared to do a live. She is scared to do a live. We've talked about it before. We've talked about it several times. But that's okay. Not everybody does lives. I get it. I get it. I don't know what finally pushed me over the edge to do it. But, I have, I guess, a lot of experience talking with people off the cuff just because of my past, marketing and business and sales background. And I don't know, it doesn't bother me. Not that I'm always perfect at it because I'll say a lot sometimes and I'll just start rambling. But thankfully, you guys are pretty patient. And I think Risa would be great with it too. So, yes, you can't take it back. I know. Sometimes I feel like I have to pause and think about things for a little bit more here. And, you can't edit it. I guess you could take it down forever, but you can't edit it if you're leaving it up. It's just there. So, I'm just taking that bluish gray that I took on my lid and I do my live chats the easy way. I am looking at my webcam on my MacBook, and it's hooked up to my mic. That's it. I don't have any outside equipment. Michelle Wong, we were just talking about her earlier, Risa. Michelle has it set up with her regular filming camera with some outside box thing and whatever. I was like, girl, no. Now her streaming quality is much better than mine, but you have to have this streaming box thing if you want to use your actual camera. That's why my quality kind of sucks with my live streams. It's like I don't know, it's an expensive box. So I haven't invested in it yet. I don't know. I mean, I know I could do it. Yes, I will link everything I'm using and trying. And if I forget something, if I leave it out, just let me know in the comments and I will put it in there. I'll be linking everything that I'm using because I think I've forgotten to say a few things and I haven't done my brows. I just realized as I looked in the mirror. Yes, Michelle has all the Michelle has all the equipment, all the purses, all the makeup. Michelle has it all, man. I wonder, I think, is she back in town? I don't know. Wait, I was just about to talk about another question, I feel like, that I got, unless y'all are sick of hearing about this. Let's see. I had someone ask who records me, and I mean, that's just my camera. I use a Canon camera. No one records me. You know, I do. That's actually an interesting question because some people do have people filming them. You can tell by the way the camera moves when they film. I don't. I know Risa doesn't either. So Amber says Luke just realized he was out of the frame and had to flip over. CC asked everybody to give me a thumbs up. Give the video a thumbs up. Thank you, CC. Sylvia, let's see. She says, do you ever get overwhelmed with all the products sent to me? Yeah, which is such a first world problem. So Risa, I'm glad you're in here because we've actually talked about that before. It's okay. So the thumbs up button, yeah, in the like video. So it helps the video, but I appreciate the thumbs up in the chat too. Yeah, it can be overwhelming partially because I don't have a filming room. And so when I get product, it sits in a certain spot in my guest room until I post about it on Instagram and then allocate it to its spot. And it just, yeah, it can be overwhelming. And then sometimes, you know, especially if it's a lot of skincare, I hold on. It's hard to put on a lip liner and talk. Especially if it's a lot of skincare, you know, you can't always try that all at once, and the skincare kind of builds up, and then I just realized at some point, you know, I have to go through the skincare and clean it out because I'm not gonna try all that at once. I don't know, it's tough. It's tough. It's a good problem to have. You know, my friends and family certainly appreciate it. You know, I'm sure people appreciate it when I do giveaways, but, I don't know how to thumbs up the video while watching in a live stream. Does anybody know? I don't because I only see my little camera. It's the thumbs up for the video, someone says. So, okay, so this is the Milani color statement no, understatement lip liner in nude entrance, which I've really been liking. Oh, in the replay. So when you come well, but there's thumbs up in here already, and it's not the replay. How is that happening? That's weird. But it would help if you go into the replay and do it. Interesting. I'm going to put on, where did it go? I have this It Cosmetics Pillow Lip in Vision. I still need to do my brows, you guys, but we're hitting an hour and a half, so I may just do this when I'm done. And have any of you tried these? Okay, so let me know if you guys want to see more information on how we get paid or, just monetization in general, like how much we earn specifically, that kind of thing, how we make a living on it, that kind of thing. I'm seeing if I have other questions. And would you rather see that in a video, or do you like that kind of thing in the live stream? Or what? Like, I don't know. Let me know how you feel about that kind of thing. Cause I mean, I feel like this chat went really well today, but I know some people prefer the makeup, just get ready with me's. Let me know what you like. Oh, Glam with Kelly has been taking notes. Awesome. I'm so glad that that helped. Oh, get this glowing. Yes, I saw Carla's video. Yes, she is actually a member of my Facebook group. And yeah, I sent her a message in my Facebook group. Thank you for the live, I almost said live chat. Thank you for the super chat, Zena. That's so sweet. Thank you. I really, really, really appreciate it. You're so sweet. Yeah, I love doing the streams because you guys can ask me questions. It's very interactive. I hope that I answered everybody's questions. Oh, it was so sad. I was in tears. I had chills the whole time. I hated seeing her like that, and I hated everything that she's been through. It was really heartbreaking. Um, Thank you, Anne, so much for for the super chat. You're so sweet. Oh, you guys are just so sweet with the super chats today. I don't even know what to say. So sweet. Thank you. Um, and Jacqueline says she would like a bit more info because she's about to unsubscribe from some YouTubers. Tell me more about that, Jacqueline. What are they being rude about exactly? And what would you like more information on? Um, yeah, I don't understand people either. You know what? I might link her video below because I think in the I almost said in the comments. What is wrong? I think I've lost the ability to talk. In the description box, I'll link her video too because it's so important. I think for anyone to see because yeah, like Risa said, it touches us even more because we've been told some of those horrible things too, and the fact that they're just attacking her in such a vicious way, it's unbelievable. And every creator I know has been told some horribly rude and ugly things just from people being ugly for no reason. And there's no excuse for it. There's none. And I just feel like she has had the worst of the worst. It's uncalled for. It's totally uncalled for. It's awful, awful, awful. I mean, it's truly heartbreaking. I'll link it. Um, is it Real Chicks TV? I think is her full channel name, and Carla Carla is her name. Um, Glitzy Fritzy had someone accuse her of using filters, and she didn't even know. Yeah, Risa and I have both had that. um, question. Let's see. Well, so Becky, YouTube actually has started to, or they're supposed to be starting to implement things to protect us from rude and unsolicited comments and bullying because, and I will link where my jewelry's from and everything in the description box as well. I'm going to link all the things in the description box. So it will be there for the replay. But yeah, because if you're getting mean comments, now here's the thing is that I know we can, if somebody puts something in your video that is malicious or rude or bullying, harassment, you can flag it. And when you flag it, a message comes up, and that happened to me where something was like legitimately awful. And so I flagged it, but it went to a page that was like, if you need to press charges or something like that. And I was like, hey, that kind of bothered me because I was like, I thought that this was supposed to like get something done, like, or, you know, alert YouTube that something was going on. And it kind of made me back out of what I was doing. And so I don't know if that's changed or not. I don't know. But yeah, I mean that's exactly what it is bullying. It's internet bullying is what these people have been doing. And it's grown-ups. I mean, that's what I don't understand what they're doing and why. It makes no sense. Um, Judy Beth is asking who's being attacked. So there's a channel called Real Chicks TV. Somebody put it in the chat a while ago. Her name's Carla. She put a video up a couple of days ago, and it was a really well done video. And just she reads some of the things that have been said to her. She is leaving YouTube for a period of time, and it's just a shame. So, um, let's see. Um, yes, it takes a lot of energy to be negative. Yes, thank you, Glam with Kelly. It's so much easier to be nice and kind. It is. Um, anyway, let's see. Okay, I think that pretty much covers everything. Somebody did actually ask me in my comments, how do I use an HD camera or filters? No, I don't use filters. I don't know how to use filters on YouTube videos, so I don't. Not that I would if I did know how to use filters. I just think that that's totally pointless. And do I use an HD camera? No, my camera is a Canon 80D, which is not, well, I mean, yeah, that's an HD camera, but it's not a 4K camera. I think everybody uses HD cameras now, right? I mean, that's the standard. So, um, so yeah, trolling is bad in live streams for sure. Yeah. I mean, people just come in to be ugly. I think it's just internet. People are keyboard warriors. They get behind their keyboard and they're mean to be mean and ugly to be ugly. And it's just the world we live in now. They would never say those things to her face or to anyone's face in person, but because there's a keyboard and they can hide behind it, that is what they're doing. So it's unfortunate. So, yes. So, anyway, I think we talked about a lot today. If y'all have any further questions in particular, please feel free to hop into the replay and leave them in the comments or leave them in my community tab comment section or DM me on see, I can't talk. DM me on Instagram. Oh, wait, hold on. What? Let's see. It's a nice camera. Oh, thank you. Let's see. Some people can't afford thousands of dollars worth of gear, right? Thank you for right. Wait, so no. Yeah, well, and you don't need thousands of dollars worth of gear. I mean, I didn't get that until I started earning money. So I was filming on my iPhone in front of my window when I first started my channel. So I did that for months. So yeah, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I know some people prefer the makeup chat. So for those of you who stuck through this, even though it wasn't just makeup, I appreciate you being here. And thank you guys for your questions. And I hope that this was truly helpful and informative. And again, like I said, if you have questions, leave them for me just anywhere you can. And I will see you guys in my next live stream and my next video. And you know, if you have suggestions for other live stream topics, let me know those too. Thank you for moderating, Cece. You're awesome. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.